Hey Stampers, it's Brandy here, and I'm going to talk to you today about Two-Tone Cardstock, the difference between Stampin' Up cardstock and our new Stampin' Up Two-Tone Cardstock. So I've got some here in front of me, and as you can see, this is our 12 by 12 Two-Tone Cardstock. I'm going to tell you all about it, but I also have our regular Stampin' Up cardstock here. So we're going to dive into the differences, and then I have got a card to share with you today. So we are going to do a little bit of crafting too, and I have got a series of two-tone cardstock videos that will be coming your way, so you can stay tuned for those as well. So now our two-tone cardstock, we just started carrying this product, and we have about 52 if not 53 colors. So 52 colors of it's the same colors as the color lineup for our Stampin' Up cardstock. Plus we have the Willow White, which used to be a product close to my heart. So we're really excited about our Willow White. It's perfect for scrapbooking. It's that lighter weight cardstock. So I'm going to share with you a few of the differences. Our Stampin' Up cardstock, well, that is more approximately 80-pound cardstock. It's a little bit thicker. It's a little bit heavier. It's absolutely perfect for card bases and creating and stamping and that sort of thing. And then we have our two-tone cardstock. Now the two-tone cardstock is about approximately 65 pounds weight, and it's definitely more flexible. It is in that 12 by 12 size, which makes it absolutely perfect for our memory keepers or scrapbookers out there. And it's also really great for some layering as well as some techniques, such as, so for some embossing. It does have a white core, which is one thing that I think is super cool. And that white core is gonna allow you to, when you tear the paper, you're gonna be able to see that white core. And then you can take like a sanding block and sand the embossed layer or the cardstock for these really fun techniques. Now our Stampin' Up cardstock is dyed all the way through, so you don't have that white core on the inside when you tear it. So let me show you some differences here. The two-tone cardstock has got a light and a dark side as well, which I think is super cool. So let's just dive right in, and I'm going to show you the differences. So here you go. This is right here. This is Lemon Lolly. Now Lemon Lolly is, like I said, it's a Stampin' Up color, right? So you can see this beautiful yellow color. So it is a two-tone cardstock. So when I flip it over, do you see the difference? So now I have the softer yellow. So I have a second sheet here. I'm going to go ahead and set the second one right here on the top to show you the difference. And then I have our Stampin' Up cardstock. So here is what our Stampin' Up cardstock looks like. Now, I know some of you are going to go, oh, don't rip that beautiful paper, but I am going to show you the difference. And actually, I think I'm going to do it on a darker color. So this kind of shows you the three right there. So let's do a couple more of these colors, because I think that to see them like this is really great. So this one is Melon Mambo. And remember, all of our cardstocks and our embellishments and our inks and all those things coordinate. So that's why it is so important that we get that good coordination. And so here we go. This one is Melon Mambo. This is the flip side. See? That's the flip side of the two-tone cardstock. And there is our actual Stampin' Up cardstock and Melon Mambo. So you can see that they all coordinate beautifully. Then up next, it looks like I grabbed Summer Splash, but I don't have that color right here. So I'm going to set that one aside. But I do have Shaded Spruce. I know the holidays are coming. And so I just wanted to show you this beautiful green. So this is our Shaded Spruce. And then of course on the flip side, you have a lighter Shaded Spruce. So I've brought a lighter one in to show you. And then you can see our Stampin' Up cardstock is that darker, kind of right there. Let's put it right in between. You can kind of see that just like that. So that is a shaded spruce. Now, believe it or not, we have two-tone cardstock in, some of our neutrals as well. So this is early espresso, one of my favorite colors. But you can kind of flip it over and you can kind of see a lighter early espresso. So that's pretty cool. So there, oh, that looks like the darker one. There's the lighter one for early espresso. And there is your Stampin' Up cardstock. Okay, so I was going to share with you and show you just a little bit about what it looks like to tear the cardstock. So let's go ahead and do that. Because when you tear our two-tone cardstock, it's going to reveal this white core, which is absolutely awesome. So here, let's go ahead and set this aside. Now, one thing when you're tearing our two-tone cardstock, what I find is when you tear it, like if I'm tearing it towards myself, you're going to see that there's your white core. Do you see? And then if you flip it over, do you see how you don't see that? So here, if I start tearing it down, then I do. Okay? So that is your white core, just like that. Here, I'll bring this piece up. So that is your white core. And you can fold this cardstock on top of itself, right? So you're going to get that two-tone of color. So there will be another video coming showing you some fun cards and projects with that here real soon. But let's go ahead and take our Stampin' Up cardstock. When we tear our Stampin' Up cardstock, you can see it's dyed completely through. So that is the difference of these two. Not only is it, this one is a little bit heavier weight. This one is, lighter weight. It's great for distressed edges. It's got the two-tone accent as well as that white core. So just really, really cool. So I'm excited to show you that. They both work really well for die cutting and of course for any of your paper crafting. So you can use them both for that. And as you know, here at Stampin' Up, it is really important for us. We love our color coordination. So I love that everything coordinates. Now, when you go to order your cardstock, make sure that you are looking at the right one. So we have, we've got cardstock in our catalog. We've got all the two-tone cardstock listed in here in the Stampin' Up annual catalog. And it is on page, let me make sure I'm in frame here. And I believe it's on page 77. Let's have a look. Okay. There is our two-tone cardstock. So here is, it's going to show you your two different colors here. And there's about 52 of them, and then 53 with your Willow White. Now your Willow White is also going to be that lighter pound cardstock. We have the Willow White, right? That's great for your memory keeping and all that sort of thing. And then we have a basic white that is, I think it's about 80 pound actually. And then we have our regular basic white thick, really good for those card bases. And that one is approximately 100 pound weight. So that's going to give you an extra of the two-tone cardstock there, even though Willow White is white. And then here in the back, let's just go ahead and flip here towards the back of your catalog where you're going to find your cardstocks, okay? So there's our color families of cardstock. So it's just really important that when you go to order your cardstock, because this is also called two-tone cardstock. So it's easy when you're shopping online to maybe grab the wrong item number. So I want to make sure that you see the difference. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to create a fun project, and we're going to start. I've actually got a list of several ways and fun things to do with your two-tone cardstock, but we're going to jump right into the first card that we're going to create today, and it's using the Along These Lines Stampin' Up stamp set. I love this stamp set. So here, let me show you the stamp set. And here is our stamp set. And I'm going to show you, gosh, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 ideas to show you with this one. And I've also used this one for the Creative 8 Retreat. So if you have that stamp set, well, then you are going to have lots of ideas especially if you join us for the Creative 8 retreat, which the retreat is coming up. We are super, super excited. So make sure you go to brandyscards.com/creative8, where you can read all about our online virtual crafting retreat. It's where we come together and we have so much fun crafting with you all weekend. We do everything from cards to boxes to 3D items, and it's for all levels of crafting and stamping. So if you have any questions, be sure to reach out. And if you've joined us for a Creative 8 retreat, please leave in the comments. Let us know how you liked it. And I hope that you'll join us for one coming up here real soon. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our stamp set. I have the cake is what we're going to work with. So if you need a birthday card, you're going to love this one. And we're going to tear our two-tone cardstock. All right, so I'm going to just start out with my white base here. And then I also have my plaid embossing folder. So I've already run my, my cardstock through my cut and emboss machine and my embossing folder there. And I just need to grab my liquid adhesive, and we're just going to adhere that straight to the top of our card base. Okay. Then we're going to jump right in and we are going to tear some cardstock and do some stamping. So here we go. So here I have got, my camera got shaken there. Here I've got my cardstock, my two-tone cardstock. I've got Coastal Cabana, and I have actually Coastal Cabana, Lemon Lolly, and I also have my Melon Mambo. So these were the ones that we were using. Actually, I believe that looks more like Summer Splash. And then, so I may have grabbed Summer Splash, but I think it's going to work beautifully. So here we go. When you tear your cardstock, I'm just going to, tear it down towards myself. And, and I have all the sizes and the dimensions for you. And those are going to be on a tutorial that you'll find on brandyscards.com/blog. And you can even type in the search bar two-tone cardstock, and that will help you find this cardstock or this tutorial. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm just kind of looking at the sizes that I cut these. And I am going to do one, I want to show you the both of the colors of this cardstock. So I'm just kind of tearing these down really quickly here. We used to have something called a tearing edge here at Stampin' Up. We no longer sell that wonderful tool. I'm hoping that they will bring it back one day. It was pretty fantastic. If you have used it before, it was amazing. So what I'm focusing on right now, and I'm just double checking, is I'm tearing all of the darker colors first because I want the whites on both sides. I want my white core to show. So now I'm tearing my Lemon Lolly, and I want the dark side to show. So I'm just going to kind of tear that all the way down. And then what we're going to do is we are going to then take it and we're going to tear these pieces all over again, but I want them to layer inside the bigger pieces. So here we go. So what I'm going to do that is I'm going to just tear one of my edges, and you can see the lighter color. So let's see, if I kind of look at it, I need to tear it right about there so that it layers right down the center and the inside of this piece. Do you see where we're going with this? Pretty cool. And so we are going to use this two-tone cardstock, and we're going to just make some fun texture with it like this. So, and then that is going to layer beautifully. And then when we're done with that, I'm going to show you a few more cards that I created with this stamp set, and also with tearing some cardstock. So we've got one more to do, and then we're going to adhere all of this together. I did bring in my Stampin' Blend, so I have some Stampin' Blends for you today too. So we're going to use those as well. So let's see, I'm just about done here. I would love to hear what are some of your favorite techniques that you use with your two-tone cardstock. There's so many fun things that you can do with this. So I am so excited. Here we go. I am adding a bit of liquid adhesive, and I am going to adhere the lighter lemon lolly on top of the darker one. So there's my first one right there, kind of sliding it into place. Now what I have found with this two-tone cardstock is you don't want a lot of liquid adhesive. You want to keep it light. You want just little spider lines. Because it is a thinner cardstock, you will get the bubbles and things like that if you make it too heavy. So just always think, you know, wispy little spider lines is best. Okay, so that's what you got to think about when you're adding that. Of course, if you want to use a Stampin' Seal or something like that, you could certainly do that too. Okay, so we're going to bring our card base in, and the first thing I'm going to do is add my lemon lolly, I think, first, because if I do that, then I can very easily figure out where I want the other two layers to go. So let's go ahead and add lemon lolly on here. And we're just going to kind of eye it a little bit, you know, because this is my card base that I want to, you know, layer it in between, this layer right here. So I'm going to layer that cardstock right on the top. And then I'm going to add Melon Mamba. And that is going to go right about in there. And then Summer Splash. That is such a fantastic color. It's actually one of our in colors, so it's really, really nice. And then I'm going to add this piece right there. Okay, so let's get some stamping going, because I had mentioned earlier that you can stamp beautifully as well. So I have, let's see, this is Daffodil Delight. So I went with Daffodil Delight for my stamp pad for one of them. And that is because I wanted it a little bit darker on that lemon lolly. I also have my Memento Black here. So I'm just going to bring in a little bit of scrap paper, and I just want to stamp this a couple of times. Oh, actually that looks fantastic. So I think I just need once or twice here. So I've got a piece of basic white, Stampin' Up! Basic white cardstock, and I'm just going to stamp my cake. Now I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that you can use this fun stamp set with its images. Okay, so we're going to set that aside. I'm just going to put that away so that I don't get any of that on me here. And let me just look at the inside. I think there is one more thing that I have to stamp before I'm done. I want to make sure and stamp that heart. Okay, so I've got this cute little heart, so I almost forgot to do that, and I want to make sure that I do. So there we go. There's the heart. Now I'm all done with my Memento Black ink. Okay, so I have my Stampin' Blends. These are my alcohol markers. I absolutely love them so much. Now I've seen lots of fun things done with the stamp set. You can stamp it directly on your cardstock. You can color it, but today we're going to outline it. So that's what we're going to do first before we jump into our Daffodil Delight. So when I say we're going to outline it, I'm going to take my dark Summer Splash marker, and I'm going to just kind of get some of that out of the way here and bring in some of these beautiful colors. As you can see, they're going to coordinate beautifully with our card. And what we're going to do is we are going to very carefully just trace our cake. So I'm going to have to focus here, make sure I can trace my cake. So this stamp set is called Along the Lines. I've seen some really cool stuff done with this. I've seen people take, you know, a black journaling pen and make borders and things to continue on with the line, you know, kind of the line art, which was really, really cool. But we're just going to put some, you know, make some color in our cake is what we're doing. And I'm just going to kind of take it off. Now I'm going to come back up to the top here, and we're going to trace down our cake. Perfect. That looks great. Now I do have one more to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do the second one, because the second one is going to be on the inside. So while you're doing one, you might as well just go ahead and do the second one while you're doing that one. Okay, so I'm just kind of looping around. I'm gonna follow it. Oh my gosh, it's like, okay, concentrate. My eyes play tricks on me when I'm under these bright lights. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna kind of come down this side. Perfect. Okay, so that is it with Summer Splash. Then up next is going to be my Melon Mambo. Melon Mambo is going to be my candles. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill the candle, my candle in here. And I'm also going to add some Melon Mambo to my heart here at the top. So that's what I'm going to do there. And then I'm going to probably take my lighter of the two Daffodil Delights and add a little bit of color to my candle. All right, so that is the extent of my coloring. Now you're going to want your paper snips, and there are no dies to cut these out. So these are all like, you know, just jump right in and hand cut those out. It's actually pretty easy. I'm going to show you. When you cut this out, you don't have to be perfect. I would just kind of follow around the lines. You want to leave that color there, and you can leave a small white border as well. So just kind of work your way around your cake. You can go in between those candles a little bit more if you choose to do so. I'm not going to do that today. I don't know that it really makes that big of a difference. So there's my candles, or my cake and candles. And then of course I have my little heart here. You have a second cake. You're going to want to cut that cake out as well. And then is my heart. I'm just going to make my way around my heart. And I'll show you where this guy is going to go. He's going to go inside with the cake as well. All right. So now I have a stamp set called Charming Day. I'm going to show you that stamp set. So here is Charming Day. So this is one of our online exclusive stamp sets that's coming out July 1st. Now, online exclusive. All that means is it's not in a physical publication, that you can only find it online in our Stampin' Up store. So that's where you're going to find this. It does come with a bundle. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love it so much. And so I've been using it a lot, and I'm also going to feature it for our Creative 8 retreat. So you can look forward to seeing it in our virtual crafting retreat as well. But anyway, this is a really great set, and that is, we're going to use just the happy birthday though today for that one. I am going to bring in some scrap paper, and I'm going to bring my card back over, and let's see here. So I have two pieces of my lemon lolly, and I'm going to focus on this piece. This is going to layer on the inside and then on top of that piece. So we're going to go ahead and focus on this one. I have Daffodil Delight there, and I am going to take my happy birthday stamp, and I'm going to stamp that right here on my lemon lolly. Okay, and I'm going to put, you know, some white in the center, so I'm not too concerned about it being perfectly, you know, around all the edges and that sort of thing. And I also kind of want it staggered a little bit. I don't want it perfect with happy birthday all in the same spot. So that's why I'm kind of getting a little sporty, and I'm, you know, kind of going back and forth and not stamping them in perfect alignment. Okay, so there's your happy birthday. While I'm doing that, I'm also going to stamp another piece. And let's see, I think I'm going to go with the darker one on this one. And this one is going to be for my envelope flap. Now, the trick here is you're going to want at least one really nice happy birthday. And I like to just kind of start it in the center. And then I work around it from there. Okay. But of course, you can do it just like we did the other. I'm definitely still staggering it. But I just want to make sure that I've got a really nice happy birthday right there in the center of my envelope flap. Okay, so just kind of adding those on there. Perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our card together. I know you're excited to see how this is going to turn out. I love this card. It's a really quick, easy peasy birthday card that is just so fun and so festive, especially with that two-tone cardstock and the way that, you know, the way the texture is with the tearing. So I'm just layering this on the darker of the two-tone. And then we're going to layer this right in the center of our card. So we're going to put it right here on the inside. Perfect. There we go. Now the next thing we're going to do is we need some Stampin' Dimensionals. So we need some Stampin' Dimensionals, and it looks like I have to grab some. So we're going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals behind. Let's see. See if I have any. Oh, there's a pack right there. So we're going to add our Stampin' Dimensionals behind this layer right here. Okay. And then we are going to adhere it. I do this a lot. I love to layer my basic white. So I do this a lot just because I do like the way that it looks white on white. So I'm going to get this layered up, and then we're going to add our cake. And then if you are liking my video, please be sure to like and subscribe. I would love for you to like and subscribe, and be sure to click the bell. I've got a sneak peek of my video that's coming in the next couple of days, and you're gonna love it. It's creating a shutter card, and I'm so excited. I use the Peekaboo stamp set. It's absolutely adorable, so you will love it. So what do you think here? I'm adding my cake. So I'm just going to add a couple of dimensionals behind my cake. And so I'm just going to add a couple dimensionals behind the cake, and I'm going to add it right to the top. Now, on my original card, I actually embossed that happy birthday. However, I'm not going to emboss for you today. I did emboss a different happy birthday. I think it's from the stamp set Simply Said. So I can add that on there. But the other thing that you can think about is we have the, what is this called? The Greetings for All ephemera pack. And those have all kinds of great greetings that you can use. So if you don't want to have to emboss, you know, on that black cardstock. So here we go. This one is already done. I did it earlier today. So I'm just going to cut my own banner. To do that, I just cut up the center, and then I snip from the corners in just to kind of get that nice snip there. Okay, so let's add some Stampin' Dimensionals right here to see if it's wide enough. I'm going to add 2, and then I will add that to my cards. And I'm also going to show you the original with the other sentiment, or the other happy birthday. Okay, so let's add this to the front of our card. And this card is almost done. Yeah, so we also have, let me show you this. We still have our heart, and of course we have another cake, but let me show you the envelope real quick. What you're going to do is you're going to take and add some liquid adhesive, or if you have, you know, if you've got some snail or something like that, or Stampin' Seal, just make sure you get all the way out to the edge, so that it doesn't peel up, okay? And then I'm going to focus on that crease there and adding my cardstock. Kind of slide it into place, flip it over, and then you're going to trim the excess. So now I'm going to have a beautiful coordinated envelope, which I love a lot because I think it just really adds something. When you don't have a naked envelope, it really finishes the stationery. Okay, so let's go ahead and have a look here. I did use the 2025 and 27 in color flat pearls. So that's what I used to accent my card. So here it is. So here is the original. And then you can see this is from the Charming Day. This is the same happy birthday that we stamped here on the envelope. And you can see those flat pearls. Oop, I didn't push that one down. Let's get him pushed down. And then so these are from the flat pearls. And then on the inside, so that's what we were working on. This would be your second cake with your heart. And I just put a flat pearl right in the center. And then of course, when you have your envelope, it just makes such a beautiful piece of stationery. So that is my happy birthday card for you, featuring that torn cardstock. So of course, if you like my card, be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that like button. We'd love for you to subscribe. And I have more cards to show you. So I've got another one using that really cute dog in that stamp set. Now, if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, please be sure to reach out to me and let me know. I'd love the opportunity to help you and earn your business. I'd also love to send you a complimentary catalog. You can reach me at brandyscards.com/contact. So make sure when you email me, you give me your address. If you don't send me your address, then I can't send you this wonderful catalog. It's full of so many ideas and lots of inspiration. A lot of times I call it my idea and inspiration book. And then of course you can then see all of our cardstock, our two-tone colored cardstock and Stampin' Up! Cardstock. So I'm going to grab another one of these cards. And I'm excited to show you the next one. I think this is a favorite. This one is, it's simply awesome, really elegant. So this is the little dog, and I just thought it was precious for all of my animal lovers out there. Again, I'm featuring tearing cardstock, so that is my goal here. And you can see that I have the crumb cake in this one, and this one has a light layer of crumb cake, a dark layer of crumb cake, and a light layer. And believe it or not, this is actually early espresso two-tone cardstock. Because remember, I said it was perfect for layering and tearing and techniques. It really is. And so then on the inside, I just finished it off with another one of my little stamped dogs. And then to finish that, I did my envelope, and you can see the envelope I've stamped. And so this is stamping on our two-tone cardstock. Stamps beautifully. It works perfectly. This is the lighter of the two colors for crumb cake. And so I stamped on crumb cake with crumb cake. And then I also stamped with early espresso. So that would be the next one. And of course, you can see that mini corrugated folder here in the background. Now, if you want that tutorial, just visit brandyscards.com and you'll be able to find a free download of that tutorial as well. Okay, so I have another card here. And this one is pretty fantastic as well. So I'm going to give you a quick sneak peek of this one. This one I'm going to post online for my Patreon members. I absolutely love this card. I love the ocean and I love the waves and the way that that one is it's just got so much movement, right? So if you're not a part of Patreon, it will be in the description of this video. Just click on that and become a Patreon member for Brandy's Cards for exclusive projects and ideas. So look for that. And this last one, well, he wasn't my favorite, but I actually really like it. So I was trying to kind of, play with the little tiger, I guess, if you will. I do love the sunshine, and I just thought this was kind of a neat idea. So this is kind of, what do I want to say, like a torn grass, if you will. I didn't put any embellishments on there yet. I think when I do add some embellishments, it might even bring it out a little bit more. So here, let's have a look at these cards. Again, this whole portion is featuring that torn edge cardstock, that two-tone cardstock. So here you go. All right. So there are my cards for you today. I hope that you are enjoying them. I hope that you love them and that you go get your free PDF download and get that printed off. And stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe. I've got a fun video doing a shutter card, and I'm using the Peekaboo Forest stamp set, and it's absolutely adorable. This little card has a belly band. It slides right off, and then when you open it, check this out. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can see that well or not, but it is so cute. It's called a shutter card. And so let me show you really quickly under the camera, and I hope that you join me for this tutorial. It is so much fun, and these little animals are so cute. So here's the stamp set that I'm going to feature, one of them, and it's called Peekaboo Forest. And these little animals kind of peek out of the little tree. And you can see here it says, congratulations. And then when you slide off the belly band and set that down, whoop, then you did it. How fun is that? So you can kind of see how the shutter works on that card. It's absolutely adorable. There's no gems or anything on it, and it's so darn cute. So I'm excited to kind of embellish it a little bit more. I don't even know if it needs it because those animals are so much fun. So I hope that you will join me for that video that's coming up real soon. And of course, if you're looking for other ideas and inspiration, go to brandyscards.com/blog. I have lots of fun things for you there. And don't forget to reach out if you need a Stampin' Up! Catalog, because I'm happy to send you a complimentary copy. And if you are a customer of Brandy's Cards, thank you. I'm so grateful for you. I appreciate you. And I hope that you are creating and sending your cards. All right. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Bye now.